Hey, Gender Blenders, it's Chic. Sorry I look kind of a wreck. I just got back from yoga, so I kind of look a little ragged. Um, yeah, yoga. Um, it is week 34, and we are talking about gender as a social construct. Those of you who may follow my personal channel um, have probably seen the large amount of videos I've produced ranting about my sociology course about gender roles. I haven't had a good time of it, right? So, but I do believe that a lot of gender is socially constructed. I think part of the reason I identify the way I do is because my parents never really enforced heavy rules on me. I liked wearing dresses, because I thought they were pretty, but I always wore pants underneath so I could go play. I did play with dolls a lot. I did do a lot of like imagination house kind of things. But I also used my brother's wrestling action figures a lot for that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I did a lot of outside activities. I played a lot of tag. I grew up with my two cousins who were also girls, but we played like Batman and superheroes and all sorts of fun stuff. Freeze tag, Mother May I, Simon Says, which is fun because my last name is Simon. So that was always interesting. Red light, green light, that kind of stuff. We had a lot of fun. I had a really fun childhood. My mom always believed that as long as I behaved, I could dress however I wanted, pretty much. Never really had to put up a fight with her about anything. I could wear my hair how I wanted, so I got it cut short. Not this short, but, like, here-ish. Pretty young, because I played soccer and it would get in my face a lot. I did soccer, but I also did ballet. I did the flute, but I played the flute because I loved Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. My music tastes were, mostly classic rock. You know, just a lot of stuff that, like, I never really thought about gender until I got into middle school, and it became very apparent that you were either one or the other, and I didn't really like that at all. But, you know, whatever. So I think a lot of it is socially constructed. I mean, perhaps if I had been forced into more rigid gender roles, I would have come out earlier. Or, you know, that kind of thing. I think there is a lot of reinforcement that goes on for a lot of people, and I can see who's kind of grown up with rigid gender roles and who kind of hasn't. And it's interesting how right I am most of the time when I guess. But I think there has to be something inherent about it, because, I mean, I don't want to say it for me because I don't really act masculine. I'm not transitioning so I can be more accepted in a masculine role. I don't really care. It's about aesthetics for me. I very much imagine myself with a traditional male body, and at least in some sense, I'll probably never achieve what I want, but I'll get pretty damn close. So, you know, it's not a big deal for me. But I know a lot of people, a lot of trans people who are transitioning because they want to be more accepted in the role of their choice. and I totally respect that. And so I do think that there's something inherent in terms of gender, but for the most part, I think it's mostly constructed. I was Duplicate Keys, Carson, put up a video recently where he talked about how he was watching a movie about trans people in Thailand and how 1 out of every 100 born male people identified as some sort of gender variant. And I think that's really interesting because they're a lot more accepting in some ways of the gender variant community. And so it's interesting how many people would come out, and I think there would be a lot more trans people in this country being the United States for me. But the same applies for other places. If we were more accepting, I think it would be interesting to find out